Hey, what's up, guys? It's Railroader Cabal here, and we're going to be doing a update video commentary today. So, Clash of Legions just came out with a new patch that is the introduction to Clan Wars. So, if you guys don't know what Clan Wars is, it's if you guys played Clash Royale or Clash of Clans, it's basically you battle other clans in an attempt to be the best of the best. So you basically like jump in game, and then you have a certain amount of cards and a certain amount of time to play. You play a couple games, and then you get cards. And then the more cards you have, the better it is for your clanmates. And then at the end of it, every player gets to play one game with the amount of cards you have, build a deck, and try to win. The clan that comes out on top gets the best rewards. But anyway, that's just the short gist of it. I'll probably make a video a little bit later on explaining to everybody how the whole Clan Wars things works. But today we're going to be jumping into the excuse me, the update that just came out here. So along with the I almost said Clash of Clans, along with the Clash of Legions uh, Clan Wars, we got some balance patch stuff to talk about. So let's get to it here. So the Viking gets a increased throw axe stun duration from 3 seconds to 4 seconds, and then the increased armor from 2 to 4 seconds. So if you guys watch my tier maker list, I don't know how many weeks ago that was, but I basically ranked the Viking pretty low because there's like so many better options at stunning enemy units, such as lightning and or demon. But now, if you don't have lightning or demon, or they're just too low leveled, Viking is another good option too. And then this axe throw stun duration has been increased to for a second, which is okay. And then the armor is actually pretty good. Gets an increase from 2 to 4, so that'll do very good against stuff like spearmen. So I'd probably bump the Viking up to a B tier category or something like that. So average card at best. So next up, we got the Vodun, and it has increased attack speed from 1.5 to 1.7. So it gets a little bit of a attack speed increase. So the Vodun, I'll probably still keep it at the B tier category because it's still like relatively okay for like the players that are starting out with new players. And if you're facing against players that do imp spam still, and you don't have like Ice Crowd Mage or Premancers in your deck, you can still use the Vodun. And now with the attack speed zero point 0.2 increase, it'll be relatively good. So the Vodun gets a little bit of a increase. That's pretty good. Crowd Mage gets an attack speed from 0 0.8 to 0 0.9, so a little bit of 0.1 faster attack speed. And then the vision increase from 8 to 9, so that's pretty standard. It's not really a buff, I think. I mean, yeah, it kind of is, but like nothing too major. The Cannoneer, wow, it looks like the devs really like the Cannoneer. Gets a health increase from 180 to 250, and then a damage increase from 55 to 65. So, still climbing up the ladder for Cannoneer. The last patch that came out, I ranked the Cannoneer actually in the C tier because it actually was a little bit better. Before that, it was a D tier card because it was still pretty bad. But I bumped up to D tier. Now I think the Cannoneer is probably going to be in the B tier category because with the health increase, I've been saying this for a while now that the Cannoneer, or back then the Dwarven Canyon, had really bad health. And even though they increased the damage last patch, which is still okay, the range is still pretty good, but the overall health of the Cannoneer wasn't that great. But now the Cannoneer has got a bigger health increase and then more damage. So you know what? I think the Cannoneer is going to be in the B tier category. It's that good now. Necromancer. Oh boy, the Necromancer. Oh boy. So increased summon minions armor from 0 to 3. Hmm. So along with adding 4 minions in the last patch for Necromancer, the minions get more armor, which I didn't think they had any armor to begin with, and let alone like any health whatsoever. So they actually get some armor. Those minions get armor. Okay, so players will still probably never play the Necromancer, and rightfully so. It's still relatively expensive, but like this will help out the Necromancer a little bit. By that I mean I'll probably put it in the C tier category still. So it's gotten better. It's still not viable yet. And next up is the Hellgate, which which basically the same thing as the Necromancer, increases his minions from armor from 0 to 3. So Hellgate, it's still probably the worst spell card in the game. So Same kind of thing, it's probably in the C tier category now. So I think the only card that's in the D tier now is, I don't even know, because I think I had like 3 cards in the D tier category: Necromancer, Hellgate, and something else. But yeah. And now, okay, now get to the Gargoyle, and the Gargoyle has an armor decrease from 6 to 5. So the Gargoyle is probably definitely one of the top 5 most overused cards in Clash of Legends ever since that patch came out, where they just basically gave the Gargoyle a bunch of armor. And in that time span, I've seen a lot of players, including myself, play Gargoyle, and it's really powerful. But this will probably decrease the armor a little bit and make it a lot less better to attack. But now we get into the Wolf Rider, and then the Wolf Rider gets a damage decrease from 34 to 30, and that's going to hurt the Wolf Rider a little bit, because Wolf Riders and Snipers are the only 2 cards that are actually good at trying to take out Gargoyles. So that being said, Wolf Riders gets a little bit of a damage increase, so that's going to hurt them a little bit. Wolf Riders are still relatively good. I'd probably keep them in the in the S tier category, which being the best cards. So I think the Gargoyle and the Wolf Rider will stay in the S tier categories. But with that being said, Gargoyles gets a damage increase and the Wolf Riders get a damage increase. So with those 2 getting both damage increases or armor decreases and damage increase respectively, this will basically give them a little bit. They'll still be viable, is what I'm trying to say. And then this will hopefully bring back Snipers and move on from there. It's whatever. The Blizzard gets a decreased damage decrease from 6 to 5. So, Blizzard definitely one of the most overused spell cards in the game, next to Temptation, which we'll get to in a second. But definitely, people will still use Blizzard because it's still a pretty good card. The radius on the Blizzard is still really good. And then Temptation. Affected units will now match players' Temptation level. So that's actually really interesting. So if you're playing against a player that's like level 9 and then you're a level 5, and you use Temptation and then grab his or her, let's say, Demon, which is a level 7, and then you get that Temptation, basically it goes from a set level 7 to your player match level. So that's really huge. Affected units will now match players' level Temptation level. So if your Temptation is level 4, the demon that you control will go from a level 7 to a level 4. And I don't know how to deal with that. Like, that's just insane. Because if you use Temptation, you basically just take control of that enemy unit before, and then that stays the same level. But now, if your Temptation is level 4, and then that demon, for example, is level 7, then that demon is level 4. That's massive. And then on top of that, they didn't mention this, but Temptation did get a little bit of a increase in minerals and gas. I think it's like 175 for gas and 175 for minerals. Don't quote me on that, but it's more expensive now than it once was. So I don't know. Temptation is still very good. I'll keep it in the S tier category too, but I don't know about that. Temptation levels will now match player levels Temptation level card. I don't know. That seems to be really bad. But anyway, that is the update video, and let me know down in the comments below what you guys think about this whole update. Personally, I would have just left these whole units alone and then just nerfed the Iron Pants, because there's no Iron Pants in this update again, and that's the one thing that everybody was asking about the Iron Pants. Is it ever going to get nerfed? We will have to see in the future. So let me guys know what you guys think about this update down in the comments. And then enjoy Clan Wars. And my name's Cabal, and I will see you guys next time.